It was heralded as a fiscally responsible state budget, clawing back the deficit to $329 million. There was continued funding for the region's hospitals and roads, but the promised $100 million from the Port Kembla lease didn't come through in full.
Just $20 million was included in today's budget from the lease of Port Kembla. Despite assurances from the state government, the region would receive 5 times that amount. It was even a surprise to Liberal MPs.
Where are you getting the $20 million from?
We have to stage it as we could get the projects properly identified, properly planned.
Adding insult to injury, an announcement the Newcastle community will receive 3 times what the Illawarra was promised when its port is leased.
Newcastle residents have got 50% from the sale of their port. We're left with 14%.
I think this is an insult to the people of the Illawarra.
There was $4 million for the inner harbour and a pilot vessel. It was better news for roads, $200 million of previously announced funding for the Princes Highway, the majority going towards the Mount Pleasant to Toolajore road stretch. Other upgrades will be years away with money set aside for planning. Wollongong Hospital will benefit from around $57 million in funding, which was revealed last week. The majority going to the elective surgery unit, along with a 700-space car park and $500,000 towards the ED and ambulatory care unit. There was just $3 million for planning for Shellharbour and Shoalhaven hospital expansions. Jobs will be created, though, following concessions for small businesses.
With the increase in the payroll tax-free threshold, which means that 1,300 businesses across the state will no longer be paying payroll tax.
The Illawarra will receive a new SES headquarters thanks to $13 million over 4 years. While work will continue at the Albion Park Fire Station, Picton will also get a new base. Still no funding for Sanctuary Point Police Station.
I continue to lobby for the Sanctuary Point Police Station, but you know the budget is tight.
Gonski reforms will cost the state $153 million, while this year $585 will go towards the NDIS. This budget was all about continued funding for long-term projects and recycling commitments, but there was little in the way of any new surprises for the Illawarra and South Coast regions.
We don't see Bulli Hospital funded.
There was $250,000 for the Bradman Museum's Cricket Hall of Fame. Melissa Jaros, WIN News.